Hi friends, today we are going to talk about lock objects, how to find a lock object and what is there inside a lock object. Okay, so and what are the different function module associated with a lock object. So how to find a lock object? So suppose you know a table name, standard table. Okay, slow I go to SE11. Okay, that's the transaction code to check table, and we have a purchase order suppose, and we will just do a various list, and here we will just select lock objects. Okay, the moment I select lock objects, I can see these are the lock objects that are there. Okay, now here this is exclusive and this is shared. Okay, so shared. So first I'll double click on here, and it will take me to the lock object list. Okay, and in the mean I'll create another new session. Okay, since it takes time a little, and since I'm working all from home, the internet speed is not that great. Okay, so here you can see this is the lock object, this is EKQ, and the lock mode is right lock. Okay, and let me show you what are the different lock and lock types can be shared lock, it can be exclusive, not cumulative, set optimistic lock, and all those. So generally it's right lock, shared lock, and exclusive, not cumulative. Okay, so now what I can do is, here also if I click on this, I'll get all this information. Now each lock object, so generally you'll see these are the different parameters, and this is the attributes. Now what is a lock object? So lock object is nothing but when you go in SAP and you open something in change mode, to make sure that no one changes at the same time, it assigns a lock entry to the transaction. Okay, that's done for the integrity of the system. Okay, so if I go ME22N, okay, and here I have, so that's the transaction code to change a purchase order. Now, in order to check lock entries, you can go to SM12, SM12 or SM13. Let me see. Yeah, it's no SM12. Sorry, slash and SM12. And here, if I go and check, you can see this is the lock entry. Because since I have opened something in change mode, it will show me the lock entry. Um, so here you can see this is the lock entry. So this is the log argument. Now, how SAP is doing it? So how SAP is doing it? What I'll be doing is I'll go back and I'll put /h, and every lock object needs to have a function module associated, one to lock it and one to unlock it. When you lock it, it's called NQ, and when it's unlocking, it's called DQ. Okay, it's like the lock and key we used to play when we were a kid. Okay, lock and key. So now we go to ME22N, and now what I'll do is I'll go to breakpoints. Okay, and I'll click on create, and I'll go to function. Here I'll put NQ. NQ spelling is a little tricky, and here what I'll be doing is I'll be populating, suppose, the 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 lock object parameter. Okay, so control C, I'll put, and here I'll put control V, and I'll put a star, and I'll do F4 here, and here you can see this is the function mode. Now I press this. Okay, now it's saved. Now what I'm going to do is I'll execute. Okay, so the lock object is already created. See now here it's already started here, ME22N. Okay, so you can see the lock object stopped here. So that's the beauty of it. Okay, so you can see when I'm going to ME22N, it stopped, and then you can see here is the lock entry. Okay, you can see what is the type of lock, what are the parameters. If I click on this, okay, I'll check EBL and see this EBLP, and the type of lock and all those things you can think of. Okay, so this is very very important. Every transaction code you are you standard SAP will have lock entries. So why this is important? Because lots of times you might be building a custom transaction, and probably you want to also set lock entries there. It's very important. Okay, so similarly, what will be there would be another transaction, this is for locking, and there would be another transaction that will be for unlocking. So I go to function and I go to DQ. Okay, and I'll put the same thing, and I'll do a search, and I have DQ also. Okay, now I'll do this, and I'll go here to my desktop. Okay, and now I'll execute here. Okay, now I'll make some changes. So suppose I change this to something D, and I'll try to save it. Okay, once I try to save it, okay, now it has changed, and now you can see the NQ and the DQ works perfectly. Now since I have changed it, now what we can see here, once we go and I click refresh. Okay, okay, and here that lock entry is gone. So that's the beauty of the lock entries. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. Stay tuned to my SAP channel, and has happy SAP learning, and have a great day.